The Bartlehouse is open, no invite needed with juggalos. Been hyped this evening, feeding for music, more guests than topics. No drama, no bullshit, no fake news, no nonsense, no grim logic. Only fam knowledge and dropping the raw with some platforms and artists. Bartlehouse, where you'll never see the bottle stop. The beef tigers off the leash, and if it's beef, you gotta see the final Bartle boss. The diamonds are raining, defining the greatness the carnival provides. Welcome to the Bartlehouse, now get your ass inside.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It is Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It is time for the Bartlehouse, the best in horrorcore, underground, and juggalo music on YouTube. I called it. I said it. Challenge me on it. No, I'm just kidding. I suck. No, but for real, tonight's going to be amazing. We have such an amazing guest from Monstar Entertainment, doing big fucking things. He just dropped a best-selling book. It was best-selling several weeks on Amazon. He's got an album coming. Apparently 3. We'll talk about it. The big guy, the Ghetto Nerd, other names I can't think of. Skitzo Michigan. What up, my guy?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
I hope that intro was all right.
Man, I love it, man. Ghetto Nerd in the building, baby.
Hell yeah, man. I love it.
What it is.
Tonight it's I say it's an interview, but when I tell my guests it's an interview quote marks, because we're gonna do the interview, but the show is also a music show, and I showcase artists in the scene as well as you. We're gonna listen to quite a bit of your music tonight.
Appreciate that.
And just to give people a chance to hop in the stream and stuff, we're gonna actually start off things with a song, with one of your songs, and then we will get down to brass tacks.
Let's do it.
So this is, I don't know if all 3 of them are, you sent me our older tracks, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Okay. I do have new music, but
I like to check because I don't want to spoil the new music right out the gate there is something. I have heard this one before though, and I think I've played it before. So our first song tonight is gonna be GIRL, Guns in Real Life. Yeah,
from the Ghetto Nerd album.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Here we go.
Blacks killing blacks, cops killing blacks. When is it gonna change? It's stirring up my anger, and it's definitely keeping me aggressive. We ain't got time for marching, we ain't got time to be passive. Lit bones, Skitzo.
We more like Malcolm X than MLK. Yep. We love rainy nights more than sunny days. Yep. We don't play Fortnite. We got guns in real life, and our hot spot will spray your way. Okay. We more like Malcolm X than MLK. Yep. We love rainy nights more than sunny days. Yep. We don't play Fortnite. We got guns in real life, and our hot spot will spray your way. I appear in dead space, blowing a smoking ace. La Vatican on my case, cause I'm a runaway slave. I hope they give up chase. I tell my homies, put some weed in my grave. Blow that shit and put the smoke in my face. Hail Mary, next time you see me, the devil wearing halo. Running with guns blazing in 100 Hells Angels. God body, the innocence we gotta protect. Why the OG city youth don't never show them no respect. I tell them that I am schizo, and that's not by choice. I was named by a nigga that was once my boy. As time passed, we drowned in the sand of an hourglass. From a shotgun blast, now he's shitting in the bag. My comrade, my brother in arm, chain in the link. I cried when I saw his life flash in the blink. As we put him in his casket and laid him in his grave, he stood on his feet and never died as a slave. We more like Malcolm X than MLK. Yep. We love rainy nights more than sunny days. Yep. We don't play Fortnite. We got guns in real life, and our hot spot will spray your way. Okay. We more like Malcolm X than MLK. Yep. We love rainy nights more than sunny days. Yep. We don't play Fortnite. We got guns in real life, take me back to when my hunger was revolution. For me, killing the police was my only solution. To reach my level of success, I had to give a fuck less. Life is a bitch, and I love watching her undress. You ever felt secluded, like nobody understands you? I've been homeless, sleeping in my car, eating on canned goods. I changed my way of thinking, my family deserves better. Instead of lucid dreams, I called it my final letter. Days got shorter, nights got colder, niggas dying younger. So why the hell I'm growing older? The world on my shoulder, this shit feel like a deadlift. She laid in her casket, give her forehead a kiss. Jelena, you was murdered by a coward, and your son too. Where the hell was Jesus when that nigga put his gun on you? My cousin Brian died by a hit and run. So the next time I see him, we both gon' be smiling at the sun. That's why we more like Malcolm X than MLK. Yep. We love rainy nights more than sunny days. Yep. We don't play Fortnite, we got guns in real life, and our hot spot will spray your way. Okay, we more like Malcolm X than MLK. Yep. We love rainy nights more than sunny days. Yep. We don't play Fortnite, we got guns in real life, and our hot spot will spray your way. Okay, 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 okay.
Shit right here.
Hell yeah. I mean, there couldn't have been a better intro than just kicking it off
I love that
with
shit.
that fucking track.
I love it because at the time I did it, Fortnite. I mean, it's still popular, but it was like at its peak, and I was like, man, fuck Fortnite.
I remember Fortnite. Fortnite's trash, but
Let's take it over.
League of Legends or nothing. But how about, that was a great introduction to what your music is. But let's give the people who might not know who you are a proper introduction, Mr. Skitzo Michigan. You want to give them an introduction for us?
Yeah, I'm Skitzo Michigan. I'm schizo because I talk to myself, I answer myself. I believe that's the best therapy. I put the Michigan at the end because I was getting so popular at one point. This band in Germany was trying to sue me, and I didn't have, financial means to fight back, nor do I have a team of lawyers to know. Like, I've been using the name since 2001, so that's like 22 years right there. So I feel like I've been this name for a while, and there've been times where I wanted to change my name, but it's too late now. I am who I am, and you know what I'm saying. And I'm the only schizo that matter. And that's facts because I'm the first one that pop up. But I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan, born and raised. I'm an educator. I'm a father. I love reading books. I love smoking weed. I love disc golfing. I love hanging out with my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm a straight ghetto nerd, man. It is what it is. It's in the name.
Hell yeah.
I put out like 8 albums. I've had, 2 albums with Mastermind, an album with Mastermind and Eshawn. I got hella songs with Jelly Roll, man. And, kudos from like Buckshot, Kung Fu Vampire, G-Mo,
Right.
like so many people who are in the industry who love it. I mean, I performed at Violent J House, man, for the Fun House. They have called me over to the crib. Rob has called me. And I did House of Blues with Light in New Orleans, so I've been around, man, grinding since 2011. That's why the 11 is on the back of my jerseys.
Hell
Because
yeah.
in 2011, that was my first time performing at the Gathering and main stage. And it just changed my life. So ever since 2011, my life has been changed. And, it's just been growing. I've been grateful, man. I just stay humble and I appreciate it. That's the thing, too. I'm not a VIP kind of person, man. I'm a mosh pit on the dirt kind of person. I learned that from Scum. You just be one of the people, man. So that's what I am.
So you hit on a lot of things we're going to talk about tonight a little bit more in detail, but what got you started in rap? Where does it all begin?
Man, so without giving too much away, because my book is out, Water from Cactus, on Amazon. Not giving too much away, but when I was little, my mom and her friends would be getting drunk. I grew up in a typical environment where drugs and alcohol was prevalent, and there was no supervision around. So when my mom and her friends would be getting drunk, I'd be in the next room, like listening to the music they was listening to, acting it out, dancing. And then I come in and I show my mom I'm rapping one day, and she like, come on out here in front of my friends. So I started rapping songs for her and her drunk friends, and they would give me change and money. And I would take that change and money and go to the candy store the next day and buy me and my brothers like Boston Babies, Lemon Heads, and Jolly Ranchers and all kind of candy. And that's when I started getting paid for performing. And that's kind of when I got bit by the bug, and I realized that I could entertain people, be in front of people, and I wasn't afraid to be in front of people, and people liked it when I was in front of them performing. So I just kept it up, man.
Hell
Here
yeah.
I am now. You know what I'm saying?
Who would you say were some of your biggest influences when you got started?
I mean, not just music. My biggest influences are people like Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, Huey P. Newton, Maya Angelou, Toni Morrison, James Baldwin. I love writers, man. Spike Lee, people who create John Singleton, people who create art out of thin air. I'm also admiring, but musically, man, I listen to everything. Michael Jackson, Green Day, Gorillaz, Arctic Monkeys, Tyler the Creator. Like, I'm all over the place, as well as Tech Nine and, what I'm saying, Eshawn and Dayton Family and things, Project Born and things of that nature. So you got to have outside the box mentality to stay relevant. Because if you just stay in one lane and think that the music you make is hot, you'll never grow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always somebody who like trying new things, trying new music, but make sure it's good. People like different is good. It ain't always good. Different can suck sometimes too. So, but I keep my ear to the streets, and my kids, they don't listen to like hip hop like I do. Like, they're more grunge and like, you know what I'm saying? So I let them take the aux course sometimes. And then I'm like, shit, who is this? Like, this shit is mean. So I'll be listening to like Children of the Bottom, like all kind of, just Kissing Candace. I'll be listening to Hid PE, like all kinds of stuff, man. So,
man, I love that. A lot of the artists that are succeeding nowadays too, they're not in that pigeonholed, like, I just do the one thing.
Man.
Even look at the like Post Malone. That's just the one that came off head. But there's so many artists that like are branching out and hitting, like, checking every box, every genre.
You got to. There's too many artists out nowadays too, man, because fans got too many choices and options. It's like it's hella pizza places. So what's gonna separate your pizza from the next? So I got to make sure my pizza is top of the line. I
relate on that. I grew up in a small town, but somehow we had 8 pizza shops because we were a college town.
Oh yeah.
So
you had choices.
Yeah, we had choices, and there were clear winners, to say the least.
Exactly. I'm trying to be that clear winner, man.
Now, you did reference Ghetto Nerd, not only being the EP that you dropped most recently, I believe, but also, a moniker that you go by.
Yeah.
Tell me a little more about the origins of Ghetto Nerd.
Man, I never fit in. It was weird because I'd be at school and my friends was the band geeks and the emo kids.
Yeah.
Right. But when I went home, I was with the gangbangers and the dope dealers. I'm talking freshman, sophomore year of high school. So because when I was in school, I would be like the only black kid in the advanced English class. So I had most of my friends was like white, and from the other side of the track, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I always had this love of reading because my grandmother would read me bedtime stories before I went to bed. And reading was my escape. I could open up a book, Grapes of Wrath, Red Badge of Courage, and lose myself and forget about the poverty, not having nothing to eat tonight, sleeping in my car tonight, being homeless, being, in group homes. I could like escape my reality in a book. So reading and, writing became, because also doing reading, I would read poetry books. Maya Angelou, she got me writing poems, which got me writing raps, So
yeah,
it was really my love for books. And my friends in the hood didn't have the same love for reading and books. They didn't give a fuck about no book. You know what I'm saying? Like, slaying these rocks, man. Like, that's what they was
I have this issue, especially in the Juggalo, quote unquote, underground scene, where like I feel it hurts me to say, but like a lot of people are either undereducated or uneducated. And like, I want to talk about, I grew up with books too. I worked at a bookstore for several years. And I'm a big nerd. Like, I love all the, like, tabletop games, Magic the Gathering. Like I told you earlier, I had to run to the comic book store today. But I can't share all that stuff with a whole lot of people because I feel some people, they fall into the category like, this is what Juggalo, or this is what this is.
I have to be this way.
Yeah. And
you don't have to be one way.
Man, it's refreshing, like, you know, to talk to someone who's so well spoken. I believe I read that you got a bachelor's degree in communications.
I got my associates in business, my bachelor's in cultural communication, the science of human study. I'm in the middle of my master's degree right now.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
And I'm also, you know, a youth street outreach advocate. I've been working with at-risk youth for 15 years, helping low-income kids finish their education. That's my real passion, is to give back to kids like me. You know, before the music, you know, that's just something I happen to do very well. Mm-hmm. But helping people finish their education who come from environments where education ain't valued, that's my destiny. Like, that's my passion. That's why I'm here on this earth. You know, that's why I'm walking and breathing.
Right. And it translates to your music too, because you know, you can tell when you listen to a lot of your songs, you are very social conscious.
Yeah,
a lot of, you know, big issues, and a lot of your music translates to that.
I appreciate that. I know you
I actually have a music video that I want to ask you about, but we're going to show it to the crowd first.
Okay.
And, you know, I would love to get your, you know, your thought process behind it and talk a little bit more about it.
Okay.
I'm going to just pull it up real quick. You obviously know what this, when I say the name, it's War.
Oh, man. I love it.
Yeah.
That song had to be done.
Intrigued. I'm very intrigued.
That song had to be done. Now, I'm not going to say this. I'm not too happy with the video because I had a vision that I tried to come clear, and I was about 70% on the way. But I felt like the song was so important to the world that it was like, okay, if I die, I have to leave this out there because no one else is going to tell you this. They're going to say party, drink, go to Taco Bell, but they ain't going to tell you, that shit will kill you.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit about that after. But this is War.
Yeah. I love this song. That's me walking out McDonald's.
Yes. War. Let's go. We at war in these motherfucking streets. They are poisoning the food that we eat. Burger King and McDonald's ain't meat. No. Fast food is a terrorist to me. When I talk about beef, I talk about poisoning meat. I don't eat fast food, so don't give that shit to me. Yeah, I know you got questions and I got answers. 1 out of 4 Americans dying from cancer. Take a breath. McDonald's food causes death. They contain carcinogen. That's the shit in cigarette. Big pharmaceutical break you down to your knees. They make billions off of cancer and heart disease. So you think, cause you wear pink, that you make a change? We got kids who got diabetes by the 3rd grade, and the cause is to make us all have mass hysteria. GMO is found in all the food in cafeteria. Cow shit is found in the cheese. Now they flying salmonella in from overseas. Homie, I didn't wanna believe it, but you gotta ask yourself, what's the true definition of health equals wealth? They make hamburger meat inside a pastry dish. And please don't eat tilapia, that shit ain't real fish. Hormones and steroids in grocery baskets, so our young girls developing faster. Pedophile bastards. War. Let's go. We at war in these motherfucking streets. They are poisoning the food that we eat. Burger King and McDonald's ain't meat. No. Fast food is a terrorist to me. I'm the head honcho. Middle finger screaming, fuck Monsanto. Organic tamales from Poncho to Vato. It's a war against minorities. They poison in our groceries. A plant-based diet, how it's supposed to be. No, I'm not a vegetarian or a vegan, but I learned some information and I started speaking. You can catch me at the farmer's market every weekend. Free-range chicken, zucchini light season. Poverty is hell. Fuck the police and Taco Bell. A glass of almond milk, I want my chips kale. Kids you reading books, blowing kush. A shot of apple cider vinegar and I was hooked. Now I take turmeric pills instead of Adderall now. That shit was basically meth and I couldn't calm down. I realized on tour we was at war with the fast food and grocery stores kicking the front door. I'ma go hard for my people like I'm supposed to. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, that's what they told you. What about hip hop and health? I'ma show you. Your life was peaceful, now I expose you. War, 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 yeah, war, let's go. We at war in these motherfucking streets. They are poison in the food that we eat. Burger King and McDonald's ain't me. No, fast food is the terrorist to me. My homie, we at war, 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 war. My homie, we at war, 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 yeah, war, war. Let's go. My homie, we at war.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
Such a great song. And very informative, I will say. You know, what was the inspiration behind making the song?
Man, so, you know, the thing is, it's like, nobody's talking about it. And it's so important. And I have children. I have daughters. And I work in schools. So I see 9-year-old girls with breasts. I know this world is filled with pedophiles. And I know there is no accidents. Things are by design. So, and all my albums are like based around books and information. When it's time for me to start writing music, I pick up books and read. And I mean different stuff. Like I'll read a kid's book, like What the Wild Things Are. Then I'll read 48 Laws of Power. And then I'll read Donald Goins. And so my mind to be this big fantasy world, that way I can just write all this kind of music. So when I was writing War, I was just really thinking about hormones and the chicken and the steroids and the food. And I was really just thinking about how these young girls are being pumped full of steroids and hormones for these pedophiles. And like Bohemian Grove and all that is a whole different little subject. But I said, I'm going to do a song about it. So I started doing research, started reading, and I was already doing marches against Monsanto and GMOs. And I was already like, on this pathway of health and Dr. Sebi and just trying to save people. Because if you really love someone, you would tell them like, hey, man, don't eat that McDonald's. Like, I know it's good, but I care. Put the cigarette out. Like, put the fucking... It's okay to drink pop and Faygo every now and then, but drink some water too. Like
so, at the beginning of the year, I have always been really bad with fast food, with eating poorly, and it bit me in the ass at the beginning of the year because I was diagnosed with diabetes. And honestly, the switch was a lot easier than I anticipated.
Yeah.
Passes clowning me in the chat because of fuck Taco Bell because he knows I love Taco Bell. But honestly, I can't eat it much anymore because there are carbs in everything.
Yeah,
and if you want to enjoy your carbs, watch them now while you can. Because
if you ever work at fast food too, you see them pour the hot water in what they call meat.
Oh, I worked at McDonald's for 4 years. And I've seen some nightmare stuff at McDonald's.
Yes. Yes, man. And I know I'm not the healthiest person. Listen, I love cookies. My vice is sweets, man. I'm a
too.
Sweet dude. Like I'll get high, bro, and I'll eat a fucking pack of Oreos, right? But I know I can't. Just because I can do it don't mean I should.
Right.
Right. So it'll take me like 2 weeks now to eat a pack of Oreos because I'll have like one every other day. Literally 1 or 2 cookies.
Right.
Every other day, like literally. And so now it's just a difference. Now I do stuff like tahini and mangoes. I eat a whole goddamn watermelon.
Right.
Or I'll fucking eat 3 bananas with peanut butter. I just switch it up.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I didn't realize, and like they don't tell you any of this stuff until you're diabetic. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, you should be eating 5 times a day. You should be
Yeah.
eating protein and not carbs.
Yeah.
And you know, they're like, carbs are the enemy, not sugar.
Not
And
sugar, carb. Yeah.
yeah, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where would this info would have been nice 2 years ago?
Yes, and a lot. So that's another reason I put the song out too, is because I didn't want to wait until someone else was diabetic or high blood pressure or heart attack or stroke or gout or anything. Let me teach you right now. And who else is saying that? That's another thing. I've always tried to. I hate being sheep. That's my album Black Wolf is all about. You know, the Black Wolf is the only wolf that doesn't hunt in a pack. He walks. It wasn't about me being black. It was about the mentality of the black wolf not going with the pack of wolves. I'll hunt on my own. Yeah, my food might be smaller, but I ain't sharing it, you know, and I'm doing this on my own. So I always wanted to stand out and go if everyone's going right, I'm going left just because I'm an asshole. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to talk about, and I did it to a hype ass beat where it was like a mosh pit type shit. And I'm like, I want to get people moshing to health. Let me see if I can get people hype about being healthy.
Yeah, that war part kicks in. You're like, oh, I want to get in the pit.
Yep.
Pat says peanut butter is nature's Red Bull. If you feel tired, try some peanut butter.
He right though.
Butter because it's just a little less sugar. But yeah,
he right. That protein, man, it kickstarts you.
Hell yeah.
Good.
Almonds, a good handful of almonds is what I used to do when I was tired and worked overnights. You know, it fucking works.
And it's super healthy, man.
Yeah. But you know, you talked a little bit about the Black Wolf and going off on your own. You know, you've been a solo artist for quite a while.
Yeah.
You know, you did do some stuff, and we're gonna talk about you did some stuff with Mastermind.
Yeah.
With Isham. Yeah. There was a question in the chat a little bit ago too. I want to ask before I forget.
Go ahead.
McWigsplit wanted to know: do you and Mastermind and Isham got any plans on doing a new Nodis album?
Man, so you know, Isham's on tour with Jay right now in Ouija, and he's super busy. And of course, it takes all of us, right? Yeah. Me and Mastermind do plan on doing another album, but it's going to be 2025 because I got 3 albums coming out next year. And I got to work those. So, and me and Mastermind are doing another Orthis album, 2025. Now, what we want to do is tour with the album. So, I've been atting Ishan on social media, and I just posted a picture the other day, hey, let's just run this back. So I'm trust me when I tell you, I am trying to make that happen. I don't know about another. There can't be another Nodis album because without TNT, there's no Nodis. Right, but there can be another collab album with me, Ishan, and Mastermind, and there can be another tour. So that's what I'm trying to push for, another tour. You know, we can't do a Nodis album because RIP TNT. You know, there's no Nodis without TNT. But I am trying to make a collab album, and I am trying to get this tour happen. So, yeah,
hell yeah. But that kind of brings us to present day, and. You know, the new group that you're hanging out with, Monstar Entertainment. How did that come about? How did
Man, it's whoever funny. So I gotta give much love to Morlock Records out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is so local. I shouldn't even call them local. I'm gonna say this rap group that's been doing pretty good for themselves for the past couple of years, up and coming, grinding. And they booked me and Light for a show. This before I even met Light. And I know I go hard on stage, right? I mean, I kill shit. So I'm on stage, I'm killing shit. Everybody love me, I'm selling merch. I'm chilling. Now it's time for me to relax. So this skinny little white kid go up after me. This motherfucker is killing it. I'm like, hold on. Who the hell is doing me? Who's going on as me? So I come back around and I start watching the Light perform. I didn't move. He got off stage. We shake hands. We kick it. We give each other our props and flowers. Man, we've been ketchup and mustard ever since.
Hell yeah.
And so, you know, of course, the psychopathic shit fell out. And we all know it takes a village and teamwork make the dream work.
Mm-hmm.
Project Born was with Psychopathic. Straight Jacket was with MNE and Psychopathic. You know, he's mixed for Tech Nine, he's mixed for Weezy, he mixed for everybody.
Yeah.
And so we were all kind of already working together. Me and Straight Jacket, my first tour was with Straight Jacket, like many years ago, before me and him was any cool. My first tour was with Project Born, before I even knew Pint, R.I.P. Pint. And
R.I.P. Pint.
So it just made sense. We all kind of grew together, and then Light just approached me and was like, "Man, I got this idea. I'm about to do this, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I mean, we already family, so why not? And it's been great, man. There has been hiccups because like you said, I'm a solo artist. I'm used to riding solo.
Yeah.
So I'm not used to being in a group, being told, "Well, you got to wait to drop." I mean, honestly, I'm a little. Because for me, I want to work more.
Yeah.
I feel like we ain't working enough. I watch Weezy. I see Cody Manson. I see all these people touring. We ain't toured yet. We ain't did shit. And it's been hella hiccups. We put out an EP. We put out one video. But I'm like, yo, where's the work ethic? So for me, I'm going. I'm always on go. Because I feel like, shit, I could be dead at any moment. So what am I waiting for? But I also realize, quality over quantity. It's been 5 years since I put out an album, but right. I've done over 120 collabs since COVID, and I've done albums with people. So I've been doing music, but I haven't personally put out an album. So this album that I'm about to put out next year is going to be personally for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a good thing signing with Monstar because I've learned so much. But it's all so I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's all sunshine and rainbows. It's not, bro.
Right.
It's like your brothers, y'all argue, y'all fight, but at the end of the day, we family.
Yeah. I did a podcast with my two best friends. One of them in the chat right now, 4A2 official, who you obviously know as one of the art guys for Monstar. Yeah. And my homie Bash. And honestly, it fell apart because we were all, it's hard to work with your friends.
Yeah, it is.
It is very hard to
separate business and pleasure, man. And because the business will fuck up your friendship.
Right.
And it shouldn't be like that. But, everybody, I mean, I know Light's been working on music. I have a full album done. Yeah. Ready. Straight Jacket is mixing it right now. It's some of the best music I've ever done in my life. The features is crazy. Of course, I got the whole Monstar click on there. Plus, I got a special feature. I ain't gonna say nothing.
You don't have to. We'll sit. We'll hype. We'll wait. And we'll hype.
Yeah,
for it.
But man, I got, like I said, I got 3 albums coming out next year.
Yeah, and the announcement that one of them might be an EDM album.
So
tell us a little more.
I have a full EDM album. My brother has been a techno DJ in Poland. For 20 years. He ran into this group of guys. There's 3 DJs. They work in colleges. They're music DJs who tour with like EDM groups. I mean, they're big over there. And so my brother, they got a grant to do an EDM hip hop album, but didn't have a hip hop artist. So my brother sent them my music. They fell in love. So I got 12 EDM songs. Now I'm going to say it was fucking hard to write to these songs because I've never done it. It was challenging, but I'm happy with it. And I can't wait to go over to Poland, Amsterdam, and perform these songs. So the album will be out next year. Full I mean, it's not like this is a real EDM album. Like,
right.
This is not typical hip hop beats. This ain't no 16 rapping bars and then like this. No, right. This is EDM. Like, this is glow sticks and blade and like this is the real deal. And so that's one album. The second album I got is Mastermind did a project called The Masterpiece with Fatty's House. And no, it's called The Ultimate Warrior. I'm sorry. With Fatty's House. And that album had like Gucci Man, Ouija Mac, Dice, me, Nocturnal from Aftermath, like so many heavy hitters. And those same people wanted to do an album with me. So I got Brother Lynch Holmes, Homeboy on there. I got so many features. And my first single is with a major underground juggalo artist. I'm talking major.
Okay.
So I'm not even gonna say no names.
The speculation is starting to swirl around in my head.
I'm not gonna say no names, but trust me, they paint their face, and you know. So
hell yeah, that doesn't narrow it down, but hell yeah.
It's the top 4.
It's one of the 4. It's one of the 4.
It's one of the top 4.
We're taking bets. We are officially head on over to the Bartlehouse. There's not a website.
It's the top 4. And then because of the success of the book, it was only right that I did an album titled Water from Cactus. The album is going to be like the book. It's going to be very revealing. It's very personal. It's very, I love it. I'm so excited because my single is already done. My artwork is already done. My first video is already done. My first single, everything is ready to go. I'm just waiting on a couple more singles to get mastered so I can start promoting. And then when this album's done, I'm just going to be shooting videos, putting out singles, and then dropping this album. So I'm thinking, about February, March, it's going to be go time.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to just be dropping shit, man. And then I got so much just music ready to go. It's been 5 years since I put out an album. So I'm excited to be putting out 3 albums in 1 year.
Yeah, it's going to be big. It's going to be big.
And all different, too. Like, the EDM album is definitely different, but the Killjoy Fatty House album, totally different. And then Water from Cactus is like...
Are they all going to be released under the umbrella of Monstar, or some of them...
No. They will not be, because the EDM album is already pre-recorded. Those other 2 albums were done before I was even with Monstar. Those albums been done for like a year and a half. They're just waiting on the right time. I got videos to the songs. I haven't shot a video to the EDM album, but I was out in California shooting videos to the other album that I don't even have a title for, honestly.
Yeah.
But nope, those albums were done before Monstar, and right now, Water from Cactus might not be coming out under Monstars. So I don't want to be surprised, because that music was also done prior.
So you did bring up the fact that you've done a lot of crazy features, and you have more to come. This is not to narrow it down or anything, but this is a question I ask all my guests. Is there somebody on your list yet that you're like, I absolutely would love, if I had the complete power to do it, I would love to have this person? Tech Nine, absolutely, man. I would love to hear you and Chris, and I don't know if that's happened yet.
So that's one of my favorite people because of his voice and his ear of music. It's so amazing. And so my first gathering was at it was Cave and Rock in Illinois. And I believe that's Illinois. And Screech introduced us from Saved by the Bell. We went on right before DJ quit. This was the big gathering where like Charlie Sheen, Busta Rhymes. This is when Juggalos was saying ICP sold out because there's too many mainstream artists, right? But then what the fuck was I finna say?
Something about Chris Calico.
Yeah, so I'm performing. Me and Mastermind, we did About to Get Hurt. I was only doing 2 verses. I did my verse, and then the crowd went crazy, right? So my brother comes home. My brother's back in Michigan, and he's telling some girls like, yeah, my brother performed at the gathering with Mastermind. It was like, oh, that was your brother, that fat guy who raps like Tech Nine? So I didn't know if I should be like, should I be mad they call me fat, or should I be happy as fuck they said I sound like Tech Nine, right?
Yeah.
So ever since then, people have been saying, man, you should do a song with Chris Calico because you sound like Tech Nine. You do da. I'm like, I really don't rap like Tech Nine, but thank you.
I think it's just the pacing, you're good at pacing quicker. Honestly, I think you rap more like Chris.
Thank you.
But Chris has always been, no offense to Tech Nine or anybody else that's been on.
Chris is the one, man. Chris is always been my
favorite. I've always said Tech Nine, no matter how good he is, he wouldn't have been where he was without
Chris Calico, man. Yeah. And I'm sure Tech Nine would say the same thing. Michael Jordan would say the same thing about Scottie Pippen. Like,
absolutely. But yeah, no, that would be either one of those guys. I would love to see on a track with you. Let's guys, if you're out there and you have connections, let's make this shit happen.
Let's make that happen.
I say that every fucking week.
Yeah.
But let's kick it over to another one of your songs, and then I do want to talk more about this book.
Okay.
So next up, one or the other. Let's play Three Blind Monkeys.
Shout out to Insane Poetry from LSP, who blessed me. That's my brother, man.
Hell
Psycho.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yes, it's that Skitzo Insane Poetry Connection.
Okay.
LSP.
Yep.
You know what it is, the underground uniting. What?
So where I'm from is monkeys see, monkeys do. And it's all cool till these monkeys throwing shit on you. I'm an ape inside of a cage, yup, K-Zoo. But you curious, George, and I'm King Kong Part 2. See where I'm from is monkeys see, monkey do. And it's all cool till these monkeys throwing shit on you. I'm an ape inside of a cage, yup, K-Zoo. You curious, George, and I'm King Kong Part 2. I ain't never been the type motherfucker that's gonna bite my tongue, but I will sip a pint of that crystal light and smoke weed that entice my lung. What you think I'm done, but yet here I come. These lucid dreams and that angel brain and that Satan scheme, be your skin like a facial cream. Hell yeah, nigga, I'm that mean. What you think not? I fight like the iRobot. My homie selling weed out of gyro shop. His pension plan is that he will not stop. My heart pump premium hip hop. My blood don't bleed, no kind of fake. Hell no, nigga, God didn't make a mistake and it take my place. You gotta be great and great. I got the key to the gate and it's filled with hate. I release the shit, you seen the pics. I release the clips. I got a pitbull grip on this game and the goddamn thing gon' change. Tell Tech 9, give me my chain. Man, I'm potent. Soon as it close, I'm open. Did a dab and shatter, I never start choking. Yeah, this nigga got a hair living focus. No funny shit, no hocus pocus. Like I studied Tai Chi in Korea. Pistol keep burning like a case I got gonorrhea. Niggas ass running like it got diarrhea. Niggas ass studied like ch-ch-chia. Yeah, it might be another schizo, but I'm the only one that got flow. And I'm on the ground with the potential to blow. And I'm here just to let you know that so where I'm from is monkey see, monkey do. And it's all cool till these monkeys throwing shit on you. I'm an ape inside of a cage, yup, K-Zoo. But you curious, George, and I'm King Kong Part 2. See where I'm from is monkey see, monkey do. And it's all cool till these monkeys throwing shit on you. I'm an ape inside of a cage, yup, K-Zoo. You curious, George, and I'm King Kong Part 2.
See where I'm from, them West Coast niggas don't play that. Get beat like a pinata, always stay strapped, cause they strapped. Never tolerating no sucker shit. Always stick to the G code. These out of bounds niggas catch around, niggas get shot like a free throw. We all about that we grow. Yes, everything you seek, bro. I can get it from the plug, nigga. From a zip to a kilo. See, these the words of a thug, nigga. That's finessed you out of your chips, homie. Smell pushy on you right away. You lucky they didn't kill you, homie. The gorillas in a habitat. You tryna be like them, cancel that. Silverbacks ain't feeling that. Leave you in the trunk of a Cadillac. It's the LA Zoo, you are locked in with the primates, except these animals are with the shits, down to increase their crime rate. You are swimming with the sharks, you a live bait. California living is a mind state. This, that place you can buy weight, but this lifestyle is a high stake. It's the YGs getting their hands bloody full. Them niggas gotta eat too. This is exactly how the streets move, nigga.
So where I'm from is monkey see, monkey do. And it's all cool till these monkeys throwing shit on you. I'm an ape inside of a cage, yup, K-Zoo. But you curious, George, and I'm King Kong Part 2. See where I'm from is monkey see, monkey do. And it's all cool till these monkeys throwing shit on you. I'm an ape inside of a cage, yup, K-Zoo. You curious, George, and I'm King Kong Part 2.
Hell yeah.
Man, you know what? I gotta tell you something, man. You better keep that goddamn song. Because that song was the rough cut. If you listen to that same song on my album, it's totally different because in that song I say, ain't a goddamn thing gonna change till Tech 9 give me my chain. But I switched it on the album and say, ain't a goddamn thing gonna change until I put fire on the flame.
Okay,
I switched it. You got a version. I heard it. I'm like, oh shit, he got the first version.
I keep every anything
man.
I've played on the show. I keep. I have a big external hard drive, and I use it for my radio show that I do in the mornings. So it'll probably make its way back on the circulation in the radio.
That's what you got, the original. Like if you listen to the Lucid Dream album, 3 Blind Monkeys, it's the same beat, same verse, and everything. It's just certain parts have been changed. And the ad libs for Insane Poetry are in because I did the ad libs. Like that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That's dope.
I'll keep it. I'll try to. That's dope. So a little bit of background on that song, though. Tell me the story behind 3 Blind Monkeys.
Yeah, so I toured with Scum. My first tour was with Scum, Race from Hell tour in 2011 or 2012 after the Gathering. Because that was another thing that happened too. So I performed at the Gathering with Mastermind, and Mastermind was like, "You want to go on tour?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" I'd never been on tour. Like I don't want to. So my first time meeting Scum, Smalls Ones, and Lynch, and it was Raised from Hell tour. And so I'm watching Psycho perform. I'm like, damn, he's an MC. Like, yo, who is this dude? And so we toured again. And we was at his house. This is a true story. We was in California on tour with Scum. This was without Mastermind. I was on tour myself. This was later down the road. And we at Psycho House, Insane Poetry House, meeting his mom and all that, out in California. His mom was like, a check came for you a while ago. It's like an $8 check, right? But it's from Cole writing the song Ice Ice Baby with Vanilla Ice.
Hell yeah. That's fresh.
I said, what the fuck? So, the respect for him was just growing and growing all the time. The more I got to know who this dude was. And it was only right that I had the opportunity to do a song. And he was like, man, when you got a beat, send it to me. So I heard that shit. I was like, oh, yeah, I sent it to him. Paid for the beat. He sent me the verse. I was like, fuck yeah, thank you. So it's somebody I admired, man, and it's somebody in this underground who really deserves their flowers, who has done so much, man. Right. So much for the hip hop community, man. So it was only right, and I'm honored. Shout out to Insane Poetry.
Hell yeah. Shout out to all the guys over at LSP.
Yeah, man.
I met Scum for the first time probably a month ago. I went to my first LSP show. Well, second, but first Scum show, so it's the only one that counts. And dude, I was there early, and he's just out front smoking like any other fucking guy. And he's like, "Yo, what's up?" And
coolest dude in the world, bro.
He was.
Love him.
I always tell this on the channel. I was strictly clowns for so many fucking years, and it's just the past like year and a half, and especially thanks to 4A2 in the chat that I'm meeting all of you guys and like learning more about other artists. And that's why this channel was born, because I want other people to get out from under the rock of just strictly clowns and meet someone else. I forget what my point was.
Man, just being open and listening to Scum, hanging out with Scum in the front of the show, smoking. He just being a regular dude, being chill.
Oh, he was standing at the bar, and he turns to me and he goes, "I wonder if they'll make me a Jaeger slushy." And they totally made that dude a Jaeger slushy.
I love him, man.
Scum
I love Scum.
Cracks me the fuck up. But I had a point to that, but I have no idea what it was.
Man, let's talk about Water from Cactus. Man.
Yeah, let's do that. So you have put out a autobiography that, best-selling for how many weeks on Amazon?
3 weeks on Amazon. I was in the top 10 for all authors, man. It was fucking unbelievable.
It's been in my wish list since you announced it, and I just haven't, I keep forgetting. I'm like, fuck, I want that. I don't have the money now. It's been on my wish list. I'm going to order it, and I'm going to read it.
Appreciate that. You got to, man. I didn't think I was ready. Shout out to Kid Vicious, Mike Shepard, who had just finished Project Born's book, Forever in the Jets. And then he had finished Rude Boy's book. And he just bumped into me at the Gathering, and he had saw me for years. And he was like, you should put a book out. And I was like, I ain't ready. I ain't did enough. And I'm a person who doesn't see the trees for the forest. Sometimes you can be too humble. Sometimes I'm just too humble. Like, I'm like, people don't know me. I'm still that guy. Like, I'll still introduce myself. Hey, I'm Skitzo. Motherfucker, man, I know you. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. So it was his idea really, and he pushed me and was like, "You're ready." And so once we started, man, it started flowing. The water, the words, like everything. And I was realized, like, damn, I have done that. The more I started talking, I realized, like, shit, I've done this, I've done that. Like, I've actually done these things, you know. And but for me, I feel like I'm just getting started. You know, like I still ain't got to where I should be. So shout out to Mike Shepard, but it was very important for me also to put this book out because I'm a big believer in like, yo, we could be dead any day. My girl hate when I talk like that, but it's the fucking truth, bro. So I take advantage of everything and I treat everybody like, hey, this could be my last meeting of any person. So I want to leave a good impression. So the book was my impression on the earth if I left. My legacy to leave for my kids so they can open a book and read the story of their father and the kind of man I became from beginning to where I'm at right now at this point in my life. And I'm still writing, you know, my story, but I wanted to give something to my fans also who listen to my music. Like, yeah, like you said, you hear the shit I say and you can tell who I am. But when you read the book, you're like, oh, this makes sense. This is why he said that. This is why he's that way. This is why. So, Water from Cactus, man, it's the year of the cactus. You know, without giving away too much, because I do tell why I do explain why I chose that title. But it's all about perseverance. I got tired of seeing people being depressed. Tired of seeing people. I had 2 friends kill themselves in 1 month. I got tired of fucking people. I take this pill, I take this pill, I take this pill. I'm like, yo, these fucking pharmaceutical companies are killing us. Like, you know, they're making so much money off our turmoil and depression and our pain and anguish. And I just fucking like, you know what? I'm going to be a cactus. I'm going to be tough, strong, and I'm not going to need your fucking pills and capsules to get through it. You know, so Water from Cactus. And that's what I felt like I was, man.
I love that sentiment. You know, you can be dead any day. Mick Wigsplit also saying, "Live every day like it's your last day."
It's so true.
What I tell people, and I derive truth through honestly this really weird thing where I was studying comedy.
Yeah,
and they say that 3 out of 10 jokes work, but if you don't write 10 jokes, you'll never find the 3 that do. And I derive that into, like, you know, some truth about life that you have to take every shot that comes in front of you, or you'll never. Every one that you don't take is a failure. You know,
it's a failure, man. It's a failure. You miss every shot you don't shoot.
Yeah.
So
I love that. And man, I want to know more about your story. I want to know. You know, you died deeply. I know you said, I was watching another podcast you were on today. I forgot the name of it. I was going to bring it up and give them some shout outs too. Squirrel.
Oh yeah. Squirrel, man. Smoke session with Squirrel. That's
what it was. You know, if this interview wasn't quite enough and you need more Skitzo Michigan, definitely want to head over there afterward and peep that one out. But you know, you said this book, you know, it's a sad book, but it has a happy ending.
Yeah. You know, so when the book was being written, he would send me rough drafts of each chapter. And with my girl lay in bed smoking cones. I smoke raw cones. We'd be smoking cones and we'd be fucking reading the chapters, and I would let her read it, and she was just like, "Yo, this shit is sad." And I'm like, "But it has a happy ending." And you know, a lot of our stories start off fucking sad. Our parents were fucking junkies and babies and fucking the crack epidemic and all that shit. So that's who raised us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it started off sad, but it's not ending that way. And that's my message to my students too when I'm at school and working with these kids is like, just because your shit's starting off like that, you know, it doesn't have to end this way. Like, you determine how the fuck your story is going to be written. You determine how the fuck your life is going to fall and end. Like no one else. You are the fucking master of your destiny. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's the fucking truth, and I truly believe that shit.
It is. The only person the only person responsible for your success is you.
It's you, bro. It's called self-esteem.
Yeah.
You know, we got to work on ourselves. And listen, it's okay to be fucking. I have my days, bro. Well, I'm in this bitch crying for no reason.
Yeah.
I ain't a grown ass big boy black dude, tough as shit. I'll be in this bitch just crying for no damn reason because I'm sitting there holding this shit in all the goddamn time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta learn to process our emotions and speak this shit out and be okay with allowing someone else in and allowing someone to tear down our walls, man, before we fucking tear down ourselves from the inside and fucking become suicidal and depressed and on these goddamn pills, man.
Yeah, if you can't convince yourself to like you, how are you supposed to convince other people?
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, you gotta start reading it, man. I see my man in the chat.
Yeah.
I read my copy. That's
I gotta empty out my cart and get it, man.
Yeah, man, you do.
As you know, priorities being you know, you were talking about, you know, pharmaceuticals and medicine and stuff. I am not, in addition to being diabetic, I am bipolar. And you know,
that's manic, like half the world, man.
The manic moods hit, and then, you know, I be emptying out the wrong side of the cart. I'll be buying shit I don't need. You know, like I said, I went to the comic book store today.
Speaking of comic books, I don't know if your homies in the chat or if people listening know, I do got a comic book. That was my first book. I put out a comic book called The Sumerian Tablet with the album The Sumerian Tablet. So I do have a comic book. Actually, Lil White was the first person to ever buy my comic book. Crazy story.
That's amazing.
Lil White was, he was the first person to ever buy my comic book. And so I do have a comic book, 24 pages, all color. It's about me fighting the Illuminati and the New World Order with the power of the Sumerian Tablet. I find the pyramid, me and my squad, we take over the Illuminati, beat them down, shoot them, kill them, all that, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put out a coloring book, the Lucid Dreams coloring book with the album Lucid Dreams.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I have a coloring book out. Yeah, and now with Water from Cactus, I want to put out the Water from Cactus album, which is the soundtrack to the book.
Man, I love it. I love that everything is themed, and you know, it does seem like every time you put out something, it's very like thought out and you know, planned. It's not just
trying,
you know,
man. Trying. Thanks, Ryan. Shout out. Yeah, you gotta get that book, bro.
Hell yeah, Ryan Lovejoy. I gotta shout out my dude Ryan for a minute.
Nice.
I see you all over Facebook, in my chat, other people's chat.
Let's go, Ryan.
I'm telling you, this dude loves the scene more than anybody I've ever fucking
Let's
met.
go, Ryan.
He is one of the troopers for sure. And I'm happy.
Oh, okay. I don't know if your comment gonna win, but me and my daughter finna pick the winner tomorrow, and I'm sending some people some stickers, shirts, some hats, some shit. I'm just gonna throw some shit in the package.
Hell yeah. I forgot to do it, but I'm going to put in the description a link to the Amazon page as well. Actually, during the next song, I'm gonna pin it to the chat also.
Nice. Appreciate it.
I'm just, you know, I'm forgetful.
It's okay.
I'm old.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You can take work to grow old. Motherfuckers dying young now.
But you were saying a little bit earlier, you felt like, you know, you were underappreciated, unseen a little bit in the scene for quite a while. I'll tell you, I actually found you through Monstar, but again, I also had my head in the fucking sand for so fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw you on that Game Ain't Safe music video, and I'm like, who is that? And then the homie 482 is like, oh, that's Skitzo, my guy.
That's you know, a lot of people, man, fucking like, you know, I did a song with Buckshot. A lot of people are like, oh, I saw your Buckshot. I've done what did I do? Was it the Riddle Box at the Temple One Theater, Emerald Theater in Detroit? I've done so many. You know, I've been on main stage at the Gathering, and so many people are just like, oh man. And then they've heard my music, they heard my voice, but haven't seen my face, so they don't know what I look like. It's just like, you know, so I just keep grinding, man. And the music will speak for itself, the art will speak for itself. And I know that eventually my time gonna come. And I already feel successful, right? Because it's already, I get so much love from people around me, people who know me. So I already kind of feel like money ain't made me successful. The love I get makes me successful. So I already feel like a fucking winner, bro.
Right.
You know,
it's perspective. Everything's perspective. Like, it's, you know, doing YouTube, you can look at the numbers and start stressing out and shit. Yeah. But, you know, you have 100 people telling you your show's good. You're like, why isn't it 1,000? It's like,
you're never satisfied. So,
you know,
I'm happy.
Oh shit, I knew something I wanted to bring up that I didn't. We're gonna backtrack a little.
Go ahead, man.
But you posted something on. I didn't know.
Thanks, bro. Wicked Spartan say I'm definitely winning. Thank you, bro.
Hell yeah.
I post all kind of shit, man. And I don't have a filter. That's another thing too. It's like if it's on my heart, I'm saying it.
Right.
I'm not trying to be politically correct. I'm not trying to be everyone's friend. I hate a person that wants everyone to like them. No, everyone's not gonna like you, bro, and that's okay. Fuck them. Like it's okay.
Facts. Big facts.
It's okay, man.
This is our beautiful faces. That's just a filler. This Water from Cactus out now, available on Amazon. Get your asses over there and buy it. But you posted this on Facebook a couple days ago.
Man, that's the truth.
I felt it deeply, and I saved it. And I'm like, when I have him on, I want to ask him about it. You can sell water for $1, and your friend will buy it somewhere else for $3 because he didn't sell it to you for 50 cents.
Man, that's so true, man.
Right.
That's so true. I've seen it. Me selling CDs in the street. I remember I sold typical story. I remember my first album, Political Avatar. I was selling a CD for $5. This motherfucker had like 21 songs on there, right? This guy bought the CD from me, listened to it. I seen him later in the day. He came back, gave me $10 more. He said, man, don't ever undersell yourself. This shit is fucking amazing. I was like, oh, man, thank you. Like, I almost cried. Then, I don't know this dude. I'm in the hood to my homies selling books. Man, you don't want to take a gram? I'll give you $7 for a CD. Like, goddamn, bro. Like, you go to Gucci, give them $300 for a shirt. You'll go buy fucking $500 cologne or the best weed in the world, but you won't support, like, right here, your friend? Like, man, I've seen that shit. It's sad, but it's so true, And motherfuckers in the hood is so brainwashed that they feel like if they don't spend $200 on a shirt, it ain't important. I can sell you the same shirt from fucking Walmart for $12. I take it, put a sticker on that motherfucking polo sticker. Now, guess what? It's $80. And you gonna do it.
I don't know how Supreme became a thing.
They stole the idea from 2 teenage kids overseas. I saw the documentary.
Wow. Yeah.
They stole that shit. Crazy.
But okay, so back to what we were talking about. I have squirrel brain sometimes. You're saying that, you felt like you were underrated in the scene. I want to pass along the good fortune. We're seeing you, Skitzo Michigan, but who do you think in the scene right now is doing big fucking things and is not getting the recognition they deserve?
I'm a big, people don't know this about me, but I'm a big Axe Murder Boys fan. Like, I fucking love Young Wicked in them, bro. Like, I think that he dope as fuck, low key. Kung Fu Vampire is one of my favorite people. He's fucking dope.
I love his new stuff. Like, his old stuff's fresh, but I like 80s Vampire more than, like, I like the idea that as a vampire, he's trying to blend in with modern day, but his modern day is behind because he's an 80s vampire now.
Yeah.
Or
love
90s
Tanya
vampire.
And Jess. Shout out to Tanya and Jess. I just saw that. But I love Kung Fu, man. I don't want to, I don't want to miss nobody. I think Donnie Menace is a dope ass rapper. I love Donnie Menace. And I'm trying to stay strictly underground. I love Cody's Hustle, Cody Manson. Man, when Dark Half was together, oh my God.
Rest in peace,
one
Gino.
One of the best groups, man.
I found them too late, too. Crazy. I just found them a couple months ago, and I'm like, damn. Like,
it was together. So it's a lot of underground artists, man, that I see at the gathering sometimes. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't even know him. So,
right.
And then, me, I'm the fucking dopest artist in the underground.
Hell yeah. Let's scream it from the mountaintop.
Like, I've seen it, man. I've seen the reaction. And listen, if fucking Violent J is calling you to his house to perform,
right,
you got to be doing something right. You know what I'm saying? If fucking Jelly Roll is telling me, like, yo, I'll still do a song with you. Fucking Buckshot, man. Once you see the feet, man, the features.
I'm ready.
Man,
you be careful. I'm good at getting news out of people.
I can't. I can't say it because
I had Project Barn on a couple weeks ago, and you know those guys. And
yeah,
man, Nitty announced that he was retiring, and it hit us all like a fucking brick wall. That's what I said afterward. I'm like, I can see it in your eye, man. You love it too much. You love it too much to walk away.
Cap. He's not. Jordan retired. Jay-Z retired.
Right. I just when he said it, I was like, like I can see it in your eye. It's hard for you to even say that because you love it so much.
Man. He's not.
But yeah, they dropped a bunch of stuff. It's tricky. But you know, we talked a little bit about the scene. I have a little thing that I have prepared. This is a music video that's not yours. It's something that was recently put out from Mad Max on the Kaleidoscope.
Oh, I like Mad Max, bro.
And he put out this music video from the song, and it's all about the scene. And I want to watch it with you, and then I would love your reaction to it.
Let me see it.
This song is called "The Merry-Go-Round Broke Down."
Okay.
I really should fucking prep this shit before I intro it.
It's all good, bro.
There you are.
Let it be known I gave my life to this music. You couldn't fucking comprehend how much I've sacrificed to it. Sitting in silence like a druid, sacrament producing pineal fluid. With both darkness and light I am congruent. Every line that I compose within my mind I imbue it with the fires alive inside me. It's a primal communion, which would explain the kind of viewers I got tuned in. The kind of shit that you find terrifying, we probably find amusing. What kind of drugs you been abusing to have you so disillusioned is to think if you challenge a max you are a loser. I'm a freight train barreling down the tracks. Translation, if you're in my way I won't stop just cause you aren't moving. There ain't a juggalo alive not on the hat. You're rapping like me, somebody challenge that. It won't be hard to prove it. Fuck a clout chase, I don't care who you're cool with. I lay vocals in a lotus pie before most of you children even started whooping. You think this shit's a game, Mad Max, motherfucker? Where'd I get that name? I respect why I ain't get that chain, but all this hound dogging and shit, I'm like when the juggalos get that lame. It goes round and round and around and round and round and round and around and round and round and round and around and round and round. Then the merry-go-round broke down. Shit I've had to go through as a juggalo rapper, bro, you wouldn't fucking believe me if I told you. So I take all my indignation for these situations and I feed them to Studio on the Pro Tools. The fuck else am I gonna do? Nobody cares, yeah, they'll comment on the flyer, then the show happens with nobody there. I see legends on the stage, floor mostly is bare. Nobody head bopping a mosh and they just openly stare. All these newcomers around that are just stoked to be there. Look, I ain't saying you should quit, I just hope you're prepared. They'll have you on stage to perform soon as they open the door. You pay to play, go straight to the artist you're opening for. Cat that's just so elated to share the stage with, they won't watch you play or even learn your name cause they think that you ain't shit. You think they give a fuck which album is your favorite if they have it their way once they get paid to leave with the chick that you came with? This ain't a game for the weak. A lot of wolves in wool hats making prey of the sheep. Dreaming of fame is only useful if you're staying asleep. Been doing this for 20 fucking years, take it from me. It goes round and round and around and round and round and round and around and round and round and round and around and round and round. Then the merry-go-round broke down. I say it till my face is purple. The merry-go-round broke down and now we're all pacing in circles. Don't think I know how it goes down, bro. People with kids whose life revolve around the gathering and clown shows, but never can be found at underground shows. Well, you don't get clout tokens for being seen hanging around those, so why would you bother, you fucking vultures? Knives out, beats bloody, pecking the carcass of the cultures. This shit's so real to me, you can't imagine so much that's happened, only cause I'm a juggalo rapping. Where you think my children came from? How you think I wound up in Massachusetts? Juggalo rap is all my ass has been doing since after the gathering back in 2004. Thought 100 underground shows and I would do 1,000 more. You think I'm fucking playing, bro? I'm just a juggalo, that's all this boils down to. Bury me in my face paint and my clown shoes. I will not be denied in the face of carnival magic. I've honestly cried, all I'm saying is if my ex-wife tells you she ain't divorced because I'm a juggalo rapper, then I promise she lied. It goes round and round and around and round and round and round and around and round and round and round and around and round and That's funny.
Yeah, I fucking love Mad Max. I did a song with him. I know him personally. Like he's a good homie. Now speaking on the song, first of all, everything he said, I ain't gonna say everything, but like 90% of that shit is true, right?
Yeah.
90% of that shit is true. But the thing about it is like, don't complain about it. Don't cry about it. Juggalos don't want to hear you fucking crying and complaining. This is why I fucking love Juggalos. They recognize talent.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about all that. If you're dope, they fucking with you.
Yeah.
But you gotta be dope. And you can't be sidetracked. You gotta put your blinders on. Listen, I get upset too, man. I understand what it's like, bro. You go to a show, one person brings 20 of their cousins. Soon as they perform, they leave. Now you the main act. It's 10 people left. Right? I get it. But I don't fucking complain. I'm not gonna write a song about it. I'm not gonna be sad about it. I'm gonna be grateful for those 10 people, and they're gonna get the best show of their life.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm only speaking to the song. I love Max. I know him personally. He's a great human, and he's dope. And the song was dope. He had bars in there.
Yeah,
right? He had bars. And what he was saying was the fucking truth, bro. Like, it does suck. You've been doing it 20 years, not getting the recognition. But you have been getting the recognition, Max. You got fans. You got people that fuck with you. So who gives a fuck, bro? If ICP ain't gave you a chain or they ain't signed you or somebody else saying, man, nobody care. Fuck them.
Right. Max is fresh. I love the second verse specifically, though, because he's saying, like, anyone new to the fucking scene, you know, you can come in, but be prepared. You're going to have to fucking work for it.
You're going to have to work, bro. I've been at this shit since 2011. And I've been on tour with all kinds. Eshawn. I'm on an Eshawn album. And I still ain't got no fucking recognition like that, bro.
Right.
Like,
I feel like, you know, Project Born being who they are, and I feel like a lot of people are like, meh, Project Born. I'm like, you're fucking insane.
They were the first artist signed to Psychopathic, bro.
Right. Absolutely.
Project Born hasn't got the recognition that they deserve.
I agree 100%.
Man, it's crazy, bro.
But yeah, just the whole, you know, we were talking about, you know, people who, you know, are falling under the radar, and I thought that song kind of
it's so true what he was saying, bro. It's so true. Like I said, 90% of that shit is so fucking true, and it's sad, man. But you know, Max got his own lane. Like Max is dope in his own way, bro. Like I don't give a fuck what 10,000 people say. You got one person right here who like him. Like I fuck with Max, so I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, Max was great, the song was amazing, without being honest,
right?
You know? So
that's something I appreciate too. Is everyone's afraid to be honest, and I interview a lot of artists. I talk to a lot of artists outside of the show, and people will send me tracks, and they'll be like, "What did you think about it?" And I don't just like, "Oh, it's fire all the time." I'm like, "Well, I like this, but the chorus." And you know, if I spend the time to do that for you, it's because I fuck with you. And
that Mad Max chorus was dope. I actually like that hook. It was just certain parts that sounded like I don't, bro. Don't complain. Like I get it. It's sad. It's fucked up, but I don't want to hear you complaining, bro. Because you dope and you good, and I like you. Like you, don't worry about the haters, bro. And don't worry about them. Like just do you. And I get it. I understand that song needs to be played, but it's man. When I toured with Mars and Mastermind. We did 53 shows in 58 days. I had to sell Mastermind's merch while him and Mars was in the VIP, which means I had to sit in the front merch table and watch all the openers perform. So you think it's at least seven openers per show, and it's 53 shows. Right. So that's how many openers I saw. And a lot of them had that same message that Max had. They're upset because Juggalos hating on me, or they, you know, or this, and people expecting this, and and they're just mad at the game. But I get it. This is just the fucking game, bro. Like
I feel like Max's energy also makes him seem jaded, but I take that song more as like he's patting himself on the back for overcoming it. You know, he took something negative and he spinned it into something fucking and maybe that's just what I'm getting out of it, but fuck it, music's about what you get out of it.
It's art. It's art. It's to be interpreted by the interpreter. It's art. It's gonna mean something different to anybody. But I love Max, bro.
Max, if you're watching, I want you on the show, my guy. I need to reach out.
Bro. I
need to reach out to Max. Kiefer, help me out with that one. And Biokillers, I gotta reach out to those guys again. They were supposed to be on.
Hey, I gotta go get some weed here in a minute.
You're good. I was actually like wrapping up what we were talking about, and I had one final.
That was some real ass shit. Hey man, I gotta go meet my dealer in a minute.
I always tell people, man, my show runs long, and actually lately it hasn't been, but stay on as long as you want.
Oh yeah, no, I got about 10 more minutes.
Well, my interview,
but let's get the questions out. I want to make sure we get. I want to make sure we get to everything you want to ask, man.
We literally are hitting the last like 2 questions.
Let's do it.
And they're the basic same questions I ask everybody, which is, what do you have coming up? What's next for Skitzo Michigan? What's left on the bucket list?
So, October 29th, which is in a couple weeks from now, I'll be performing with Boondocks, the whole Monstar squad, and Class from Texas at the Unity show in New Baltimore, Michigan. That's gonna be fucking a big show. It's gonna be super big, dope. You know what I'm saying? Show. So that's Zitro is gonna be there. It's gonna be some dope acts there. And so that's what's next as far as performance. But getting this music out to everybody is my next it's my next goal. I mean, the book is still I just got it in the local libraries here, so I'm super excited about that. So I'm just right now still trying to promote Water from Cactus, the book, until this album comes and I can drop these singles. And so it's just so much music. 2024, I'm basically right now gearing up for 2024 to be something special, man.
Hell yeah. And where can people find your music? Where can they find your merch? Where can they find you?
Yeah, everywhere Skitzo Michigan, the music. And just go to Google, type in Skitzo Michigan, all one word. You can find me every fucking where. And to get with anything, just DM me on social media. I did have a .com, but it didn't make sense if I was on Facebook telling people to go to my .com when I already got your attention right here on Facebook. Just contact me right here. What size you need? What's your address? I'll send it to you, and I'm gonna send you the fucking tracking number. Like my business is good. You know what I'm saying? Like my business is good. Like so, and I'm very like workable. You know, you got to be easygoing. That's something else I learned from Scum. You got to be sociable, and just be humble. Like, bro, you human too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate, they say like never meet your idols, never meet your favorite artists because they usually assholes. I'm not trying to be that. Like, you meet me, I want to be how I wanted to feel when I met somebody. Like when I met Scum, when I met Jelly Roll, when I met these people, how they was like so humble and so cool and so chill and so relatable. So I learned that from them. I want to be that way.
Right. I from my experience, 9 times out of 10, it's the other side of the coin where you think they're not going to be sociable, and people are really down to earth and want to interact. This show wouldn't exist if I couldn't just reach out to people and be like, "Hey, can I play your music? Hey, you want to come on the show?" Lots of great artists in the scene. The scene is growing. And it needs to keep growing. We can't just be like, oh, second deckers are ruining things, or this new crop is ruining music. No, it's our scene. We're still responsible for it.
That's right.
Let's grow it.
Let's make it work and support each other. Yeah. You go to these shows, stand in the front, support the openers. They look up to us. They want to be where we at. So get there and buy CDs. As an artist, I buy other people's music if it's good, because you got to put the energy out there. You put out positive energy and come back to you. So that's what I'm all about, man. It's being a fucking good human, bro.
Record people, give them the video, send them the videos. And people love,
yes, they do.
You promoting them. Just word of mouth too. I love the openers. I honestly, I go to a show and I'm more excited for the openers sometimes than the big act at the end.
That's what the love is, man. The openers.
Hell yeah. But thank you again for coming on. I super appreciate
anytime, man. When this album come out, we gotta do it again.
I got to get Light on the fucking phone because he's impossible to get on the fucking phone. I would love to have all you guys on so we could, have a Hunger Games of Monstar.
I know. That's my favorite movie, by the way. Hunger Games.
Hell yeah. Me too. Just because the word hunger is in there, though.
That's my shit, right?
But I appreciate you coming on. You're always invited back. Hell yeah. It's been Skitzo Michigan pulling up here at the Bartlehouse. Go buy his book. God damn it.
Shout out to everybody, Tony Jess, Ryan, McWid Splitter.
And we're gonna
official.
We're gonna play you out.
Man. Emily, fucking everybody, fucking much love going through the chat. Spartan Lingo.
Hell yeah.
Everybody who fucking pests, spread the what?
Spread the dead. That's my homie Bass.
Man.
Yeah.
The real Ienko. I'm sorry if I'm saying shit wrong, man, but everybody who fucking 2517 kills, man. Everybody who fucking commented, man, and tuned in, I fucking love y'all, man.
Hell yeah. We're gonna play you out with your final song that you sent me. And it's called Nightfall. So
yeah.
We're gonna play you out with Nightfall.
Much love, man.
Much love. Thank you for coming on. Shout out to you, my guy.
Peace.
When day comes and night falls, I lost my way chasing waterfalls. If I knew then what I know now, I would still do the same thing when it's going down. Cause it made me who I am. When day comes and night falls, I lost my way chasing waterfalls. If I knew then what I know now, I would still do the same thing when it's going down. Cause it made me who I am. This V is not for vendetta. Ain't nobody do it better in this Michigan. Rather tell it when they all start yelling. Everybody start belling. Dead body start smelling like it's leftover meat. Reheating in the street while you laying at your feet. When you trying to be discreet, but you know you gotta face defeat. Niggas bringing the heat, and now I'm right back at it. Little asthmatic, eye for an eye, trying to look back at it. We all got habits, everybody gotta have it. Speaking Louisville slugger singing, hey, better, doesn't really matter. Over chatting, disaster, the shogun master. Itty bitty rabbit trying to run a little faster. Buckshot spray when the shotgun blasting. Hallelujah. Everybody say your prayer, yeah, my circle. Black nerd or real young, get a Urkel. I gotta be spiteful and a little hurtful. In high school, I was selling dope past curfew. Pops not around, so I raised myself. I don't need help from nobody else. Whole lot of drugs, not a lot of bad health. Live life to the fullest, but I do it to the death. Don't believe the hype shit be nice. I'm out here grind, trying to live my life. Get brain from a white girl, just like headlights. So fuck this stereotype, I'm bad. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, and I know you mad. Got this shit wrapped in the bag. When day comes and night falls, I hope you give it the best you have. When day comes and night falls, I lost my way chasing waterfalls. If I knew then what I know now, I would still do the same thing when it's going down. Cause it made me who I am. When day comes and night falls, I lost my way chasing waterfalls. If I knew then what I know now, I would still do the same thing when it's going down. Cause it made me who I am. Open a shut case, in my mouth I got a bad taste, I don't like what I see. Niggas still dying by the hands of the police. Middle fingers in the air, yelling fuck peace. Projects and trailer parks, man, that shit's the same. Food stamps and reparations, man, that shit's the same. And this ain't no game, cause obviously I don't do this shit to get rich. I got content and I'm lyrical, so listen to the message, bitch. I got purpose and you worthless. And your manhood, I see you searching. On the inside, you falling apart, but you tough as hell on the surface. It's all a mirage, now I'm on my job. All my day ones is in my squad. I remember when we all started and we built the studio in your mom's garage. Now look at us, getting drunk, sticking bitches on a tour bus. 2 of us died, now it's 4 of us. Keep speaking the truth and there'll be more of us. X-Clan, Vanglorious. You can bring me down or break my pride, cause I done came too far. Both blacks and whites still stab me in the back, and I don't have a scar. I'm flawless, I'm the maestro and I'm lawless. I got the shit wrapped in the bag, till day comes and night falls. I hope you give it the best you have. When day comes and night falls, I lost my way chasing waterfalls. If I knew then what I know now, I would still do the same thing when it's going down. Cause it made me who I am. Comes and night falls, I lost my way chasing waterfalls.
Skitzo Michigan. That was Nightfall. What a fucking great interview, guys. But you know, as the interview's winding down, I do want to say there are a bunch of great albums that dropped recently. We have The Long Live Evil, Bloodlust just put out an album as well. And that's just, you know, within the past week. There's been a handful of new albums announced for October, which we'll talk about next time on the show. If you guys don't know, I'm doing the radio show with more of the music on in the mornings on Wednesday and Thursday. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to do it this morning, but I will be live tomorrow morning around 8:30 for the morning show. So if you guys want to wake up to some great fucking horrorcore music or underground music, tune in for that. I will be live, like I said, around 8:30. You know, next week, I believe, if my calendar is correct, I have Flapjack Wilson returning. It's going to be fresh as fuck. I can't wait. It's always a crazy time with Flapjack in the house. But if you guys like the interview, you aren't subscribed, and you want to catch more of these great interviews or the radio show, make sure you hit the like and share button. That helps me out. And subscribe to the channel with the bell notification so you can be notified whenever I do go live. You know, I don't have a whole lot more tonight. We're trying to keep these a little shorter now. We're going to do the interview, and I'm going to do the music on the radio show. So we will see you tomorrow morning and or next Wednesday. I hope you all have a fantastic night. Thank you for coming. And yeah, stay safe, stay spicy, and we'll see you next time. Whoop, whoop.